Why do I need to run real-time protection on my computer when I can always clean it afterwards using a removal tool? We don't mean to scare you, but malware is dangerous. Not only can it permanently destroy your personal and work-related files, it can also track your activities and sell your data regardless of whether the malware is later removed or not. And by the way, malware removal is not a walk in the park. It can cost you tons of money and time. Not to mention that there is no guarantee it'll always work. This is Leo from Emsisoft, and in this video I will show you why it is always better to be safe than sorry. Let's say you are browsing the web looking for a media player, and you come across a website like this. It says Cool Player Premium, so you think that's what you want, and it also says it has the latest version of VLC Media Player. So you go ahead and click the download link, expecting to get your legit player without anything else. And it says pretty clearly here, click here to start downloading, so you follow the instructions, but whoops. It turns out this was actually a potentially unwanted program, which was just going to show a ton of ads, install applications you didn't really need, maybe modify registry keys, spy on your data, all kinds of stuff. But fortunately, this machine is running Emsisoft Anti-Malware real-time protection. So the file was caught before it was executed, and now it is not going to be able to run on this system, and everything is as good as new, and we were protected. Now let's see what happens when we do the same thing on an unprotected system, that is a system that does not have any real-time protection. So we're going to do the same steps, that is try to download this file. It executes successfully, as you would expect, and as you can see, it does not install any legitimate software. What it does is it simply runs in the background and probably tries to download adware or spy on your data. So now it's trying to load some kind of adware program or something we didn't really want. We actually clicked on download VLC Media Player, but as you can see, this is not VLC Media Player. This is some other media player which has probably, or some other software that has paid them some amount of money to fool people into installing this on their system. As bad as it may seem, an adware or spyware is probably the least of your worries if you're running an unprotected system. You could easily run into a malware that causes your computer to reboot several times, like this one that prevents Windows from loading at all, or better yet, a ransomware that locks up your screen and demands payment to unlock your files. Not only can some malware hide from removal tools, some can even prevent removal tools from launching in the first place. So protection is always a better option. So how easy is malware removal? Well, detection precedes removal. So how would you know that a malware is running on your system? In fact, the funny thing is, you wouldn't even know. If you don't have protection and you've been using your system without doing any scans, there is a very high possibility that there's already malware running on your system and you don't even know it. For instance, let's take a look at this system over here. Now, a regular user would not be able to tell whether or not the system is infected. In fact, you could use the system, you could browse the internet, you could access your files, and you wouldn't know that there is something wrong with it. But we do have some sneaky malware running in the background, including a worm that is going to be damaging your files and causing permanent loss of data. So how easy is it to remove malware once you know it's there? We're going to demonstrate that using a very popular tool called Hitman Pro. We're going to go ahead and do a full scan of the system, and let's wait and see what it can find. Now keep in mind, removal can cost you a lot of money as well. For instance, even Hitman Pro is a paid tool. You can use the trial for the first 30 days, but after that, if you still want to remove malware, you have to buy a license. Not to mention, if you're not doing the removal yourself and you're relying on technical support, or you're sending your computer somewhere to be fixed, they're going to charge you much more. Hitman Pro has found these threats, so let's go ahead and remove all of these. And let's see if that gets rid of all the malware that there is on the system. We're going to reboot as instructed. So now that our removal tool has finished its cleaning process, you would think that this computer is totally free of malware. But let's verify. So we have Emsisoft emergency kit sitting on our desktop, so I'm going to go ahead and do a scan with that and see if that tells the same story. As you can clearly see, the malware scan from Emsisoft has revealed 3 pieces of malware that are still on the system. There are a couple of registry keys that were modified by malware, and there is a backdoor file still present on this computer. So the point to make here is that no removal tool is perfect, and removal is not a definitive process where you just go in, you remove your files or your malware, and you can be 100% sure that the malware is gone. You can't. Sometimes it may take 2 tools, 3 tools, 4 tools, 5. You don't know how many, and you still cannot say whether or not a system is totally clean. There are always some traces that are going to stay behind, and it's never going to be as good as a protected system. I hope this video helped you realize the importance of protection on your system. If you liked it, share it with your friends and family as well, and be sure to check out our products at emsisoft.com, and hey, subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have more awesome stuff in store.